Society's blueprint for leadership often equates authority with visibility and influence with noise. Yet a rising wave of women, self-possessed, strategic, and indifferent to traditional hierarchies, are silently reshaping paradigms. These leaders, governed by an uncompromising allegiance to authenticity, sidestep roles that ask them to fracture their essence for outdated scripts. Their power emerges not from chasing accolades, but from forging impact that defies convention. They lead through precision, not performative charisma, through pauses heavy with insight, not rehearsed rhetoric. This isn't evasion, it's evolution. A reimagining of leadership anchored in principle, driven by self-governance and defined by resonance over recognition. Join us as we uncover why they bypass the stage to spark revolutions from the shadows, revealing how potency thrives in the unseen. Subscribe to the Sigma Sisterhood channel, where leadership isn't borrowed but built. 1. Defying the performance arena. Sigma women are fearless mavericks who spit in the face of the corporate spotlight's glare. Picture a world demanding they crank up their volume, flash dazzling grins, and contort into a cookie-cutter mold to snag a leadership crown. They torch that script with a defiant smirk. Their power roars from an inner citadel, untouched by the fickle winds of external praise or gilded titles. To them, leadership isn't a garish talent show. It's a sacred quest to wield influence with unbreakable conviction. They dodge roles that demand they play a role, swapping their raw truth for hollow ovations. With the stealth of a jungle cat, they pick their moments to dazzle or disappear, driven not by doubt, but by razor-sharp intent. This rebellion sends shockwaves through systems hooked on compliance. Free from the itch for approval, they're a wild, untamable force. Sigma women don't need a penthouse suite to rule. Their mere presence rewires the room's pulse. They're the hidden inferno, leading with a piercing glance, a weighted word, or a gutsy exit from spaces that try to dim their blaze. Refusing to perform isn't retreat. It's a heart-pounding uprising against a culture drunk on clamor. By owning their worth without a playbook, they dismantle the old guard, proving power doesn't beg for a microphone. It demands authenticity. Their stance is a lightning bolt, challenging a world that equates noise with strength. Sigma women redefine leadership as a raw, unscripted force, not a rehearsed charade. They don't chase the stage. They are the stage, commanding respect without a single bow. This electrifying defiance isn't just a choice. It's a revolution, rewriting the rules of influence with every step they take away from the spotlight's trap. Second, evading soul-crushing traps. Sigma women are battle-scarred navigators, slicing through a jungle of corporate illusions with a warrior's grit. Leadership roles gleam with seductive bait, plush titles, hefty salaries, but she spots the jagged claws beneath. Relentless posturing, syrupy flattery, and venomous politics. These aren't mere obstacles. They're spirit-draining pits designed to swallow her whole. She doesn't flinch at hard work. She guards her soul against betrayal, refusing to bend her essence to fit a corroded system. With an eagle's piercing vision, she sees the rot early, forced grins, hollow values, and pivots with a rebel swagger. Why surrender her blazing spirit to a role that demands she silence her instincts? Sigma women are sorceresses, transmuting raw energy into lasting impact, not soul-sapping fatigue. They spurn promotions that feel like chains, choosing to shield their inner spark from extinction. This isn't cowardice. It's a pulse-pounding act of defiance, a vow to stay true. She forges her own trail, a daring consultancy, a heart-driven project where integrity fuels every leap. Her departure is a rebel yell, a middle finger to systems craving her light but not her fire. In a world that peddles burnout as a badge of honor, her refusal to kneel is a supernova of rebellion. Sigma women don't just endure, they erupt, crafting empires that pulse with their truth. She's not here to polish a sinking ship. She's building her own fleet, each vessel a testament to her unyielding core. Her escape from these traps isn't flight. It's a thrilling liberation, a declaration that success means sovereignty, not servitude. While others claw for status in crumbling towers, she dances in the wild, free to create without compromise. This electrifying breakaway redefines ambition as a sacred pact with herself, a beacon for those daring to choose their soul over a system's empty promises. 3. Dismantling the volume myth. Sigma women are stealthy tempests, shattering the myth that leadership roars through megaphones. Society bows to the loud, silver-tongued showboats who command rooms with bombast, but she sees the hollow core of their noise. True power doesn't bellow, it hums, a subtle vibration that shifts hearts without a shout. Her calm is a dagger, carving through disorder with a single, unyielding stare. She doesn't scramble for the mic. She listens, dissects, and delivers words that strike like a meteor. This isn't retreat. It's electrifying sorcery. While others vie for applause, she's the unseen current pulling minds into her orbit. Her restraint is a rebellion, a blazing defiance of a world that mistakes decibels for dominance. In tense meetings, her sparse words ignite gasps, forged in clarity, not bravado. Sigma women redefine leadership as a pulse, not a performance, commanding as the storm's silent heart. Still, magnetic, absolute. This quiet force rattles systems built on bluster because her influence burns brighter when the lights go out. She's the spark behind the pivot, the reason people pause and question. Her method is a revolution, proving the faintest whisper can shatter walls. She doesn't need to dominate. Her presence is domination, felt in the weight of her silence, the gravity of her gaze. While loud leaders fade like echoes, her impact lingers, a ripple that reshapes the tide. Sigma women wield influence like a blade, sharp, deliberate, cutting through noise to reveal truth. They lead not by filling space but by commanding it, their stillness a challenge to a culture drunk on clamor. Her power isn't borrowed from charisma, it's woven from authenticity, a force that draws without demanding. This thrilling redefinition of strength proves leadership isn't about who screams loudest, but who moves deepest. Sigma women are the quiet quake, rewriting power as a felt force, not a hard one, leaving the world forever altered by their unspoken might. 4th, rejecting token crowns. Sigma women are fierce alchemists, torching the hollow thrones of corporate pageantry. Organizations dangle leadership roles like glittering baubles, craving their brilliance to polish diversity quotas, but they recoil at her untamed fire. She scoffs at the invitation to be a trophy, a gleaming figurehead propped up for optics. Why don a paper crown when she could forge an empire of truth? Her leadership is a raging comet, obliterating flimsy systems to craft something enduring. She spurns roles that beg her to blunt her edges for photo ops, choosing instead to build frameworks where integrity is the cornerstone, not a slogan. This isn't hubris, it's a heart-thumping act of creation. She's the master builder, not the smiling mascot, reshaping cultures from their roots while others chase fleeting clout. Her refusal to be tokenized is a thunderclap, proclaiming she'd rather wield invisible power than parade as a prop. Sigma women are architects of change, crafting legacies that outshine temporary trends. Their exit from shallow roles is a spark, kindling a new vision of leadership rooted in substance, not show. You'll feel her in the moral pivot, the cultural quake, the moment authenticity triumphs. She doesn't crave the spotlight's glare. She's the flame that lights the path forward. While systems beg for her face to mask their flaws, she's drafting blueprints for worlds that honor her truth. This electrifying stand redefines power as creation, not decoration. Sigma women don't settle for being the exception in a broken game. They rewrite the rules, building spaces where their vision thrives untamed. Her defiance is a battle cry, a refusal to lend her radiance to facades that crumble under scrutiny. She'd rather be the unseen force behind the shift than the polished emblem of a lie. This bold rejection is her revolution, proving leadership isn't about wearing the crown, It's about forging the kingdom, brick by unyielding brick, until the world bends to her truth. 5. Brandishing silence as power. Sigma. Women are silent assassins, wielding quiet like a sharpened blade in a world of noise. While others rush to drown awkward pauses with chatter, she embraces silence, letting it pierce through facades to reveal raw truth. Her stillness isn't empty. It's a crackling radar, scanning fleeting glances, subtle shifts, and unspoken motives with lethal precision. She's a master tactician, reading the room while others fumble in their haste to be heard. When she speaks, it's a bolt from the heavens, crisp, devastating, forged in the crucible of 100 unspoken insights. This isn't timidity. It's a pulse-racing power play, a chess match where she's already won. Sigma women reject leadership roles that demand endless bluster or hollow confidence, knowing true strength lies in strategic positioning, not loud posturing. Her silence unnerves the brash and humbles the proud, her presence a tidal wave that needs no fanfare. In chaos, she doesn't erupt. She decodes, unraveling the storm's secrets like a cipher. This electrifying restraint turns quiet into a superpower, proving the mightiest moves are often unseen. She uses silence to disarm, to probe, to land truths that reshape the air. The world misreads her pause as weakness, but Sigma women know it's where strategy ignites. They shun roles that prize noise over substance, choosing instead to lead with the weight of intention. Her voice, when it emerges, isn't an echo. It's a clarion call, cutting through clutter to anchor those who hear it. This rebellion against a culture addicted to volume is her triumph, a thrilling reminder that power doesn't roar, it observes. Sigma women are the quiet pulse behind the shift, their silence a weapon that carves paths where others only shout. Their leadership is a revolution, proving influence isn't measured in decibels but in the depth of its mark, a silent strike that echoes long after the noise fades. 6. Escaping dysfunctional chains. Sigma women are rogue captains, slashing free from the rusted anchors of corporate decay. Systems, shiny on the surface, crumbling within, woo her with promises of leadership, but she smells the rot beneath their polish. Her loyalty isn't to tradition, it's to truth, and she'll burn bridges to nowhere with a rebel's glee. With a hawk's ruthless clarity, she probes the system's soul. Does it uplift its people, ignite creativity, live its preached values? If the answers ring hollow, she's already halfway out the door, plotting her own course. This isn't escape. It's a heart-pounding mutiny against gilded prisons. She rejects roles that demand she kneel to dysfunction, choosing instead to wield her power untethered. Picture her building a daring venture, a consultancy pulsing with purpose, a movement without a name, where her vision reigns unchained. Her exit is a war drum, a refusal to prop up sinking ships when she could sail uncharted seas. Sigma women don't polish tarnished relics. They forge new worlds, each brick laid with unyielding integrity. In a culture that worships prestige over principle, her defiance is a lightning strike, proving leadership isn't about surviving broken games. It's about rewriting them. She's not swayed by flattery or corner offices. Her compass points to authenticity, not acceptance. While others claw for status in crumbling empires, she's crafting her own, a beacon for those craving truth. This electrifying breakaway redefines power as creation, not compliance. Sigma women are trailblazers, planting seeds for systems that thrive while others cling to husks. Her refusal to stay isn't arrogance, it's evolution, a bold declaration that she'd rather be a nobody in a true world than a queen in a lie. Her rebellion sparks a revolution, showing the world that the fiercest leadership says, "Not like this," and builds something fierce, free, and forever. 7. Freedom over gilded shackles. Sigma women are untamed phoenixes, soaring above the glittering traps of corporate cages. Leadership roles dangle seductive prizes, towering salaries, dazzling titles, but she sees the iron beneath, relentless oversight, borrowed agendas and freedom bartered for a hollow crown. She doesn't crave power that chains her wings. Her spirit hungers for liberty. Mornings she commands, choices she sculpts, a life where no is her war cry. This isn't fear. It's a heart-pounding revolt against a world that trades souls for status. She rejects roles that demand her essence, forging instead a bold path, a quiet empire, a fierce movement, where she writes the rules. Her autonomy is her lifeblood, a blazing current that fuels her creativity and guards her truth. While others climb ladders to nowhere, she builds rockets, launching into realms no system can bind. This electrifying choice redefines power, proving you don't need a throne to reign. You need the nerve to stay free. Sigma women don't swap their fire for prestige. They wield it to blaze trails that echo their core. Her refusal is a thunderbolt, shattering the myth that success means servitude. Picture her crafting a life where time is hers, where energy flows without a leash, where she's whole, not a cog. In a culture that glorifies golden handcuffs, her rebellion is a supernova, a beacon for those yearning to breathe. She doesn't fear responsibility. She fears losing herself to a machine that chews up spirits. Sigma women choose impact over obligation, leading in ways that spark without draining. Her freedom isn't a luxury. It's a non-negotiable spark that lights her revolution. While systems beg her to conform, she dances in the wild, proving leadership thrives in unbound spaces. This daring escape from gilded shackles is her manifesto, a call to redefine greatness as sovereignty, not sacrifice, inspiring a world to chase freedom over fleeting power. 8. Leading from the unseen. Sigma women are shadow weavers, conjuring seismic impact without a stage's glare. The world craves leaders who strut and sermonize, but she knows true power pulses in the quiet corners. Her leadership is a stealthy current, not a blazing billboard. Mentoring in hushed exchanges, shaping futures in solitude, planting seeds behind closed doors. It's a pulse-racing rebellion against a culture obsessed with selfies and spotlights. Her influence isn't tallied in followers but in shockwaves. One whispered truth sparks 1,000 awakenings. She's not a trademark. She's a tremor, shifting souls with a single fleeting encounter. You feel her long after she's gone, not because she clamored but because she cracked open your core. Sigma women shun leadership that demands constant display, choosing depth over dazzle. Their strength lies in integrity, in choices carved when no one's watching. Look for her in the ethical tide, the inspired spark, the moment a culture turns truer. This electrifying approach proves leadership isn't about being seen, it's about being felt. She doesn't need a podium. Her presence is the podium, radiating authority without a script. While others chase viral moments, she's the quiet architect of lasting shifts, her work woven into the world's bones. Her rebellion is a lightning strike, defying a system that equates visibility with value. Sigma women lead through presence, not performance. Their influence a ripple that reshapes without fanfare. She's the reason a team rethinks, a mission realigns, a heart dares to dream. This unseen power is her revolution, proving the deepest impact doesn't need a logo, it needs truth. Her leadership is a silent symphony, played in moments of raw connection, not broadcasted boasts. While the world hunts for its next loud hero, she's already changed the game. Her quiet force a testament that the greatest leaders don't stand in front. They lift from behind, unseen, unstoppable, eternal. 9. Redefining ambition's fire. Sigma women are rogue trailblazers, torching society's tired blueprint of ambition with a fearless grin. The world cheers women who chase every glittering chance, clogging feeds with relentless hustle. But she rewrites the game with a sniper's focus. Her ambition isn't a frantic sprint. It's a molten arrow, piercing straight to meaning, not mayhem. She doesn't grab every spotlight. She curates her energy like a master sculptor, chiseling something eternal, while others chase fleeting noise. This isn't apathy. It's a heart-pounding redefinition of triumph. She'd rather ignite a few souls with profound truth than flash for the masses with shallow glow. Her domain is a fortress, where depth trumps sprawl and authenticity outshines applause. To some, her precision seems like retreat, but it's a power surge, ambition on her terms, unbound by society's checklists. Sigma women reject the grind myth, choosing impact over chaos. Their quiet fire is a rebellion, proving the boldest dreams don't need a stage, they need soul. She builds with surgical intent, her passion a steady blaze that carves legacies, not headlines. While others burn out on ego-fueled races, she's crafting a vision that endures, her every move a deliberate stroke. This electrifying ambition redefines success as truth, not trophies. She's not dodging greatness. She's reshaping it, prioritizing meaning over metrics, purpose over pandemonium. Her refusal to play the hustle game is a lightning bolt, challenging a culture that equates busyness with worth. Sigma women don't crave more, they crave what matters. Their drive a silent engine that powers revolutions. You'll see her in the quiet project that shifts paradigms, the small circle that sparks change. Her ambition is a comet, blazing a trail that others follow long after she's moved on. This fierce redefinition is her revolution, proving the greatest victories are won not by shouting loudest, but by building truest. A beacon for those daring to chase depth over distraction. 10th, legacy over fleeting glory. Sigma women are cosmic architects, weaving tapestries of impact that outlast the stars. While others scramble for fleeting fame, she plants seeds for a future that reverberates with purpose. Titles corrode, her influence endures, in systems she rewrote, hearts she awakened, revolutions she kindled. This isn't about fleeting cheers. It's about being the spark that shifts history's arc. Her work is meticulous, soulful, like a poet crafting verses for eternity. She rejects shallow roles that promise glitter but deliver dust, choosing instead to build what withstands time's relentless march. It's a heart-thumping bet on forever over flash. Her question isn't, how can I be seen, but what can I forge that echoes, forge. This long-game vision makes her a force, silently tilting the world's axis. You'll feel her in the moral pivot, the inspired dream, the culture that's suddenly truer. Sigma women don't chase their name in lights. They're the reason the lights stay on. Their legacy is a wildfire, proving leadership isn't about noise. It's about roots. While others hunt trending hashtags, she's the quiet hand behind enduring change. Her impact a ripple that reshapes shores years later. This electrifying focus redefines power as creation, not conquest. She's not swayed by applause or corner office crowns. Her compass points to meaning, not mirrors. In a world obsessed with instant glory, her rebellion is a supernova, a call to build what lasts. Sigma women craft with intention, their every choice a brick in a monument, unseen, but unshakable. You'll see her in the mentee who rises, the system that bends, the shift no one saw coming. Her revolution is quiet, fierce, eternal, proving the greatest leaders don't chase storms. They plant forests. This bold rejection of fleeting glory is her manifesto, a challenge to a culture drunk on temporary wins, inspiring all to forge legacies that burn bright long after the spotlight fades. Sigma women are untamed revolutionaries, rewriting the script of leadership with a fierce, quiet fire. They don't climb corporate ladders, they shatter them, rejecting roles that demand their soul for a hollow crown. Their rebellion isn't doubt, it's a heart-pounding declaration of sovereignty, choosing authenticity, freedom, and legacy over conformity's chains. They evade the performance trap, refusing to dance for applause when their inner power already commands the room. Soul-crushing systems, rife with politics and pretense, can't hold them. They forge empires where integrity reigns. They dismantle the myth that leadership needs noise, wielding silence like a blade to shift tides with a single weighted word. Token crowns don't tempt them. They're architects, not ornaments, building systems that pulse with truth. Their strategic quiet unnerves the loud, proving influence is felt, not shouted. Broken systems beg for their polish, but they break free, crafting movements that outshine tradition's rust. Freedom is their lifeblood, a non-negotiable spark they guard over gilded shackles, leading on terms that keep their spirit ablaze. From the shadows, they weave impact, mentoring, shaping, inspiring. Without a spotlight's glare, their ripples reshaping worlds. Their ambition isn't society's frantic hustle. It's a laser-focused blaze, carving depth over distraction. Above all, they bet on legacy, planting seeds that bloom long after fleeting titles fade. Their influence a quiet quake in systems, hearts, and futures. Sigma women are the storm's eye, still fierce, undeniable, proving leadership isn't about being the loudest face but the deepest force. Their revolution electrifies, a clarion call to reject compromise and build power that's true. In a world drunk on noise, optics, and instant wins, they choose the wild, unbound path, inspiring others to lead with soul, not scripts. Their walk away is a manifesto, a challenge to redefine greatness as authenticity, impact, and freedom. Sigma women don't just lead, they redefine the game, leaving a world forever changed by their silent, searing, eternal flame.